Yes, it has started the recording. And once again, whenever we go for a break, kindly give me a reminder to stop the recording and restart the recording after the break is over. I don't want to record the break timings also. Just give me a reminder. Anyway, I will remember it, but still, give me a reminder to stop the recording and restart the recording after the break. Okay. So I hope you should have received two files. One is that business transaction, and the second one is this mission feed data. Mission feed data is somewhat concerned with Power Query, which topic we have not covered in our basics of Power BI. That topic we'll see it later. Now let us open this business transaction. As I told, we are going to start with the relationship of the table, how to create a relationship, how to create a DAX, how to create some formulas and functions, how to create some new visuals. So let us start with this business transaction. There is a file called as business transaction. Please open the file. In this file, where I can see invoice number. First table is having invoice table. Then we have invoice trans, and we have payment records, and we have customer info. We have geographic data, and we have region details. We have product master. We have product categories. We have the employee master. So we have around 8 or 9 sheets available here. This 8 or 9 sheets, we'll download this or we'll get this data using Power BI, and then we'll see how to make a reports based on how to connect it, how to make a report. Okay. So before getting this data into Power BI, the best practice is close this Excel file. You know how to close the Excel file. Control W. Let me close the Excel file. Let me open Microsoft Power BI desktop. Today or tomorrow we'll spend some time on Power BI services also. In basics of Excel, we would have not spent more time on Power BI services. Today or tomorrow we'll spend time on Power BI services. Okay, now let me open Power BI desktop. Yes, tell me, how can I get a data? There are four earlier version, actually 4 different methods, and the latest version there is another 4 different methods available to get the data. How can I get the data? Can I get the data in the welcome screen itself? Is there any possibility of getting the data in the welcome screen if you are using the latest version? I don't know when you attended it. In the old version, we don't have this option. If you are using the older version, we don't have this option. You have to click a blank report. From blank report, you have to get the data. But in the latest version, we have an option that we can get the data straight away from here. There is an option called as Excel workbook available here, which is possible in the latest version. Old version, unfortunately, we don't have this option. So you have to open a blank report. After opening the blank report, you have to go there and you have to get the data. But here, straight away, you can get the data. So go to the welcome screen. Under welcome screen, get the data from Excel workbook. Method 1. Or I will open the blank report. Tell me what could be the second method for getting the data. Where is get data? No. Oh yeah, very good. Either you can go to home. Under home, you can see get data. Or you can go to the file. Under file also, you can see the get data is available here. Or you can go to the canvas area, you can get the data. But in older version, I'm not saying very long, 3 months before, there is one more option for getting the data, which now they have removed it. One, they have added it on the welcome screen. One, they have removed it in the latest version. That is, on the tab here, data, there would have been an option available, get data here also. In older version, maybe 2-3 months before, we had this option. Unfortunately, we cannot do this now. This option was removed, and they placed this option in the welcome screen itself. Okay, this option is not available in the latest version. So let us go to Home tab, and I'll go to Excel workbook. Hope everyone are practicing parallelly. Please do it parallelly. We'll follow one by one. We'll recap and we'll go to the next level one by one. And I'll select this file, and I select that business transaction. That's my file name. Open. As usual, it will go to the navigator. Today, if time permits, we'll see how to connect it with some other source like SharePoint, or we'll try to connect today or tomorrow. We'll try to connect with some other source also other than Excel. Tell me, how can I select all the 9 sheets at a time? What is the easiest or simplest method to select all the 9 sheets?
Right click on business transaction.
Here. Huh? Here. Are you sure? I clicked and I right clicked and I gone to transform data. It's showing only the table names. We have to expand one by one. Here. You have to expand this, you have to expand this, you have to expand this. Uh, this you can do it when you are merging a table. Merge query, you can do this. So the best way, I will close and I will restart it now. I'm not saving this. If you want to select multiple tables, what he said is correct. That is for merging the multiple tables. If there is a common link between the tables, you can merge it and you can do this. But if you want to select multiple sheets at a time, I think we would have discussed this in the session itself. Excel workbook, select this and I say OK. I want to select all the 8 or 9 sheets or 10 sheets or 20 sheets. The easiest and best method is select the first column. Don't go to the left hand side corner. Don't go to the left hand side corner. You have to be somewhere else on the middle or end. You click here, hold the shift key and you have to select the last table. So select the first table, hold the shift key and select the last table. Oh, so all the 9 tables would have selected here. So select the first table, hold the shift key and select the last table. All the 9 tables are selected. Now we'll go to transform data. As I indicated, always better to follow the hierarchy. Go with get data, transform data and load it. Don't load it straight away. It's better to transform the data. Let us go to the transform data. It goes to Power Query. Yes, it's loading and it's going to Power Query. Could you tell me, did you remember what are all the main important 3 things has to be checked? I want to transform the data. I want to clean up the data. It goes to Power Query now. I want to clean up the data. I want to transform the data. We have to check for 3 important things. Could you tell me what is the 3 important things to be checked in transformation of the data? One is you have to check for whether my data is green. Second one, you have to check whether we have a proper heading. Third one, you have to check whether my data type is correct. Right? These 3 things you have to check. In any table, you have to check for these 3 things. One is whether it's a green. Another one is whether we have a heading. Another heading is correct. Another one whether your data type is correct. Okay. Let us see all the 3 things. Let us check all the 3 things in this table. And this all the 9 tables. It's better to select it in all the 9 tables and check it. Let me go to the customer info. In customer info, yes, all my rows are green. So it will say green here. You can see all are green here. All my data are green. You will get green, gray and red. Green is data is clear. Gray means there is some problem in the data. We can solve the problem. If there is a red, then there is a bigger problem in your source data. You have to delete or you have to modify the source data. So it's green. Heading is also correct. You can see heading is perfect. This column heading is customer ID. This column heading is customer name. And even the data type is also correct. You can see the contact person column name is ABC and the contact title is also ABC and these are all ABC. These are all the text format. So that's also correct. So green, heading is right and data type is also correct. Can I go to the next sheet? Very good. Sometimes unwanted columns, sometimes empty columns, sometimes unwanted columns can be removed. As he has rightly indicated, mobile number and email ID is not required for my reporting. It's not required for my reporting. Could you tell me what is the best method or easiest method for removing that email address and mobile number? Go to choose column. Very good. Excellent. So choose column. I remove the email ID. I remove the mobile number. Okay. Then let us go to the employee master. Have you closed that file? I told you it's better to close that source file. Always you have to close the source file, otherwise you will get a... You have loaded it. But you should have transformed and loaded it. Why you loaded the file straight away? Okay, right. How do we check this whether green, gray, or red? One is you can place the cursor over on the below the column heading. There is a green, gray. You can place the cursor. Or I want to get this straight away. Valid, how many errors, how many empties. This has to be activated. By default, it would not been activated. How do we activate this? Is go to the View tab. Under View tab, you can see there is a checkbox called as Column Quality. You have to enable the column quality. If you enable the column quality, then this will be available here. Go to the View tab. Under View tab, you have to enable the column quality. Correct? We would have discussed in the first session of basics. Still any problems or got it? Okay, excellent. Restart it and you try. Parallelly, we are doing some. And come to the employee master. In employee master, I believe, let me check it. Employee ID, employee name, designation, title of courtesy, and birth date and hire date, and we have notes and photo path. The notes and photo path is it's grayed out. It's empty here. So I want to remove these two columns. Notes and photo path is not required. Today we will see how to bring the photos and pictures also. For example, I have this person name. I want this for Chandran CK. I want the person photographs to be displayed on my report. Or some materials are available, or your product is available, and you can put the photographs in Power BI also. We'll see how to put the photographs and pictures in Power BI. Today or tomorrow we'll explore it. So as of now, I'm going to remove this notes and photo path. So go to the Home tab again. Go to the Choose column again, and I remove the notes and photo path. Now, I need help from your side. Maybe we will do some more transformation, birth date, based on the birth date, how to find out the age, how to find out the experience, how to find the difference between the date. That are all the topics which we have not covered in the basics of Power BI. We'll cover it today. But this part. So I want the employee name and we have title of courtesy. For example, Mr., Mrs. is available. I want to combine this. For example, Chandran CK. I want to combine it as Mr. Chandran CK. Mr. Sridharan IAR. Mr. Venugopal, yes. Mrs. Mitra KS. I want to combine this. I want to combine these two columns, title of courtesy, and I want the employee name to be combined. I want to get it in one column here. Employee name or EMP name. I want to combine both this column and bring it as one column. How can I do this? Yes. I want to combine this employee title name and I want the employee name. Both should be combined and I want to get it in one column. This should be combined and I want it in a single column. Employee name, EMP name, where I want it like this. Mr. Dot Chandran K, CK, Mr. Dot Sridharan AR. I want to combine both the columns and bring it as one column. Merge columns. Very good. But in merge columns are available in before merging columns. You have to select the column which you want it as first. I want title first, then I want the employee name next. So select the title first and then the employee name next. Don't do it in the reverse. Don't select the employee name first and title and courtesy next. So it will get collapsed. So select the title and courtesy first and employee name next. And if you go to the transform, under transform, as he has rightly indicated, under transform we can see there is an option called as merge columns. There is one way to merge the columns. And you can see in the add columns also, when you go to the add columns also, you can see there is an option called as merge columns. Could you tell me which I can use here? Whether I can use transform merge column or add merge column? Right click also. Add merge column. What is that? Because I want you to understand the add merge column. What will happen is it will create a separate new column. In this new column, this employee name and title and courtesy will be added into new column. If you go to add column, what is the transform column? In transform column, what will happen is these two columns will be combined and you will get an extra column here. Not extra column, to merge it into one. You will get only one column. Here, I recommend better to go with the transform column. I don't want an extra column here. Already employee name and courtesy is available. I want to bring both into one column, not 2 plus 1. I want to merge it into one single column. So let us go to, these are all the things which we have covered, but still I am recapping it. Transform, merge columns. Go to the transform column, transform the column. So remember, if you want, based on some formula, if you want to output in some other area, then you have to go for add column. If you want to combine and you want to output in the same area, not adding an extra column in the same area, then you have to go for transform column. So let us go to transform column, merge columns. Merge columns. And what could be the separator between the columns? Anything. For example, I want Mr. Mrs. space. Let us give a space here. I will put a space. And what is a new column name? Don't give the same name. Already there is a column name called as employee name. Don't give that employee name. Let us give a short form of it, EMP name. So I am giving a shorter form of it for this EMP name. Or employee name with the title. Anything. Employee name with title. Okay. Yes. You can see both the columns has been merged and we got it as a single column here. Okay. So like this, try to minimize your columns as much as possible. You can transform the column and you can minimize and you can transform the columns here. Then, so customer info is over. Employee master I have transformed. We'll see how to make a age, how to make the experience, how to find the age and experience. We'll do that later part. We are going to see a separate chapter about grouping, aging analysis. In the separate chapter, we are going to deal that, but we'll see it later part. Now, geographic data. I think geographic data, everything is clear. Heading is perfect. All are greens. Data type is correct. Invoice table. Invoice number, customer ID, employee ID, invoice date, required date and ship date. Everything is correct. Invoice trans. Invoice number, product ID, quantity, invoice cost. Superb. Payment record. Invoice number, payment method, receive date. Very good. Product category. Clean. Product master. Let me check. Clean. Region details. Clean. So only two problems I faced it. One in the customer info. That's not a problem, but we have removed it. Unwanted columns. And employee master, we had some empty columns. We have removed it. And we merged one column in employee master. That's all. Okay, almost all the important feature in Power Query we would have covered. One or two feature we have not covered in the basics. We will cover it today. Okay. Can we load this? Can we load this to Power BI? Home tab. Close and apply. Go to close and apply, or you can click on the arrow mark and you can go for close and apply, or you can straight away click on close and apply. So let me click on close and apply, and it's loading. Please wait. Don't click on this apply changes or discard changes. Please wait. It will take some time and it will get loaded here. I hope you are all using your yes. As of now, no. Even I have written to Microsoft to if there is a problem in a column, please highlight it separately or bring it in the first area. They told they are working on it. They are told 9 or 10 months before. I don't know when it will happen. As of now, no. Okay. I hope you are all using your company font. Correct? In Power BI. I hope I would have covered that how to bring your company font in Power BI also in the basics of Excel, basics of Power BI. Remember it? No. My God. So, because if it is some other company, I would have not touched the topic because they are not using a font. They are using the font which is already inbuilt in Microsoft. But you are using some other font, Daimler CS. You are using Daimler CS font. You have to import the Daimler CS font. So let us see how to import it. I think we have covered that in the basics of Excel also. Still, some people are not aware. I'll try to cover it. Before that, I want to go back. I need some transformation to be done. How can I check whether my transformation is properly done here? You can expand the table. All the tables are available here. All the transformation is done here. All the columns are imported here. Now I want to go back. Assume that in invoice trends, I didn't do a transformation properly. I want to make some changes here. I have missed a column, or I want to add some columns and I want to do something here. I want to go to Power Query again. How can I go back to Power Query? From here. Go to Home tab. Very good. Go to Home tab and go to Transform. That's one method. That's method number one. But what is this method is, if I go to Transform Data, it shows all the sheets here and which sheet I want to change or make a change, which file I want to make a change. You have to select the file particularly. Invoice trends I want to make a change. You have to click on Invoice trends. Okay, this is method number one. But the easiest method is, I want to make some changes in the invoice trends. Right click on the invoice trends. Right click on the invoice trends and go for Edit Query. So it goes to Power Query. It automatically selects that invoice trends table. So no need for going to transform and suppose I have 20 tables. 20 tables are listed here. So I cannot select the 20 tables and I want to search for the table. Instead, right click on the table and go for Edit Query. Okay. I believe this is the easiest method. Right. Come back to Power BI. Close and apply. How can I check the data? It's not required every time I have to go to Power Query and check the data. Can I check the data in Power BI itself? How do we check the data in Power BI? Table view. This view. Table view. I don't know whether you are aware of it. Old version, we don't have it. Newer version, they have added a new view here. There is a new view available. Maybe 1 year before we got this view, DAX view. Just 6 or 7 months before we got this view, a TMDL view. Table, model, definition language or data language. We can connect multiple tables using a relationship. You can connect a multiple table using the formula and function. For that we will use TMDL. It's literally coding, writing a coding. So that's a new feature which will be available in the latest version, which you would have not covered in basics of Excel. And there is another basics of Power BI. There is one more view, DAX, which is not available. If you attend the session 1 or 1.5 years before, we don't have this DAX. Right. Now tell me, I want to check the relationship, whether all my tables are connected, all my tables are related. How can I check it? model view. So let me go to the model view, and I believe all my tables are connected, but let me check it again. It seems to be a little bit larger. So let me collapse this. I'm collapsing this, and let me reduce the percentage of my view. So I'm reducing the percentage of the view. Almost all the tables are listed here. You can see the scroll bar. If the scroll bar is having further more area, that means there are more tables available here. Let me bring the table here. I'm bringing all the table very near, like a spider web. Almost all the tables would have been connected. How do I know this table is connected? You can see an arrow mark is available. Just place the cursor over this arrow mark. It will show you which two tables are connected. In region table, region details, region ID, and geographic data, region ID is connected. These are all the two tables which is connected. But one table is living independently because there may be some problem in your column headings or some typo error in your column headings. Here you can see the region heading, region ID, and region ID is connected. Here you can see the location ID, location. When you place the cursor, it will show you the location ID is connected. Similarly, this one customer ID is connected. But this employee master is not connected. Employee master, the key field is employee ID. This employee ID should be there in some other table. Maybe it would have been misspelled. It would have been, there would be some typo error. So, can you tell me where is that employee ID? Invoice table. Invoice table, EMP ID. There are three methods of creating a relationship. Help me here. What are all the three methods? For the first method, how do we connect these two tables? Drag and drop. Very good. Go to this. You can drag and drop left to right or right to left. Both are same. Either you can drag it from left to right or you can drag it from right to left also. Both are similar. So let me go to this employee EMP ID and drag it to this EMP ID. If you are wrongly dragging it to, suppose instead of EMP ID, I am dragging it to the employee name. Will it throw an error? Not at all. It will not throw an error. But if you are wrongly dragged, we have one more option, one more chance. Suppose I wrongly dragged into with the use of mouse, I wrongly dragged into some other area, employee name. So we have a second chance here. Now I can connect it to a proper table. So employee ID, this employee ID. So here it is misspelled. There is employee ID. In another table it was EMP ID. That's a problem here. That's why it's not connected. So we are connecting both the tables. This is method number 1. Drag and drop. Method number 2. If you feel this drag and drop is very tougher, because here I have only 8 tables or 9 tables, so I can find the table and connect it. Suppose I have 20, 30 tables. I want to connect the second table with the 30th table. Dragging and dropping is real challenge. So what we will do is delete this. I will recreate it. Delete it. Second method to create a relationship is go to the Home tab, Relationship, Manage Relationship. Go to Home tab. Under Home tab, you can go to Manage Relationship. Under the Manage Relationship, click on the Manage Relationship. New Relationship, Manage Relationship, New Relationship. From which table you want to connect it? I want to connect it from the Employee Master. To which table you have to connect it? I have to connect it to the Employee Invoice table. And which two column has to be connected? Employee ID, Employee ID. Yes. Crossfit. One-to-many is one employee has made many invoices. That is one-to-many. If you see in the reverse, suppose olden days we have to find it and do it. Now for example, if I am doing it in reverse, first I will select the invoice table here. Let me do it in the reverse. Automatically it will connect. That's what I am doing. Many to many, we will not get it, sir. Many to many, in olden days we had it. Many times the customer ID is available in customer table. Many times the customer ID is available in the invoice, which is rare. You cannot have the same customer ID in customer master. One customer will have only one customer ID. Correct? Employee will have only one employee ID. So two employee names will not be there. Then it's not a proper database. Olden days we had it, but now it should be unique. If it is unique, then if it is multiple there, many to many, then your database will get collapsed. You will not get the right result also. Nowadays, no many to many. Olden days we had it, now no many to many. So if you have 2 times of same employee ID, then there is a problem. You have to remove it, remove the duplicates and connect it. Now if I am saying in the reverse, for example, first I will select the invoice table. Now I select the employee master. Now I select the employee ID and employee ID. You can see it says many to one. Earlier it says one to many. So many invoice has been made by one employee. This cross filter is, if I am using a report, suppose I am creating a table for this, If I filter the employee ID in this table employee ID also should get filtered automatically. Both the tables should get filtered. Then we can go for both. But if I filter employee ID in this table, only in this table employee ID should be filtered. I don't want to filter this. That is single filter. We can go with the single filter. Anyway, we are going to use a slicer for it. If I click on the slicer, both will get filtered. So why, if I filter this employee ID, why I want the employee master should get filtered? I don't want it. So only if I filter this table, only this table has to be filtered. Yes. Make the relationship active. Yes, it's active. Apply the security reference but both the table. Assume the referential integrity. This is graded out. It's deactivated. What will happen is, if I delete this employee, anyway, we cannot delete it in Power BI. If we cannot delete this in Power BI, suppose if I delete this employee ID number 7, suppose I am deleting this employee ID number 1, all the employee ID in one available in the invoice table will get deleted. That is called as referential integrity. Anyway, that will not work in Power BI because we are not going to add the data. We are not going to delete the data. Power BI doesn't have a facility for adding the data, deleting the data. So that is graded out. Save it here. This is the second method of creating the relationship. Second method. Third method. Maybe the extension of the first method. I right click and I go for delete here because I want to recreate it again. Now the third method, I have so many tables here. Creating relationship is very tougher for me. Drag and drop. Even selection also it's very tougher. Suppose I will go to manage a relationship. I will go to new relationship. I have to select which table and I have to select which table. This I feel a little bit complicated. So we can say the third method. What's the third method? Just add a plus symbol here. New layout. Just to put a plus symbol, new layout, and bring both the table. Which table? I want to bring the employee table. Drag the employee table and bring it here to the layout, and drag the invoice table and bring it here. Only 2 tables are visible now. Now connect it. Employee ID, employee ID. This is third method of creating a relationship. Now what will happen is, if I save it, even on your original all table, when I go to the previous table here, all table, your table would have got connected here. Third method. If you have bigger table, many tables, 20, 30 tables, I repeat it, add one more plus symbol here. Just add a plus symbol and drag the 2 tables here. Which table you want to connect? Employee master and invoice, and connect the table here. After connecting, very well you can delete this layout also. Nothing will happen. Even if I delete this layout, I will use this into mark and delete it. Nothing will happen. I delete this. Now original table, yes, the table is connected. So this is the third method. Any one of the 3 methods. Okay. Done? Clear? Yes. Hmm. What?
Own languages.
Okay.
National languages. So in Japan, they are using Japanese. But the data is same. I want to connect the file.
You have to have an extra column called as translate. Translate it to one language and connect.
Make this name equal to this name.
Because we have a translate option available. Equal to translate one language to English. So translate everything into a common language. We have a function called as translate.
In Power BI.
Excel or some other source. Excel doesn't have a translation. Power BI is only for analyzing your data. Translation will work in Excel. There is a feature called as translate. Translate it in one language. Then you.
Is there any formula like translator?
Yes. I will explain. Not in Power BI. It's available in some other tool.
So we need to change this name and then only we can connect.
Correct. Correct. Or at least that common column you change it to a common name. Customer ID, employee ID. Name can be anything. German or whatever it is. At least the employee ID should be even. The employee ID doesn't have a language, right? It will be in a number format. Header is different also. Here we have EMP ID, here it's employee ID. No problem. So data is similar, it will get connected.
Here is the data is. In my case, I will handle the 25 numbers also. Like manually. So that I need some organization.
If the column name is correct, Power BI will connect it. If column name is not correct, you have to connect it manually. Only once. No? Only once in your lifetime you have to come here and connect it. That's all. Next time it will work. If you haven't, you can show me the data also. We'll try. Okay. Right. Now let us go back to the report view. Since more people are not aware of this, getting your company font here, I hope we have covered this in the basics of Excel, basics of Power BI. But still, we'll see how to bring your company template into Power BI now. And before that, I didn't save the file. I'm working with this file for a very long time. So let me go to File. And very first time you are saving means go to Save As. And go to Browse this device. And I save this file. It's business transaction. Already know how to import your company font. You do it. Who are not aware of it, I'm repeating it now. So I want to bring your company font here. But unfortunately, when I go to insert, suppose I want to put a title for this report. Insert, text box, and I click on this. It's saying some font, CGO UI. When I click on the drop down also, you may not get your company font, unfortunately. So I want your company font should be listed here. And whenever I create a report, I want your company font template. I hope you are all using a common font for Word, Excel, PowerPoint and other things. Even Power BI also you have to use the same font. How can I bring your company font here? So I don't have your company font. So let me use the new font available in Microsoft Word, Excel and PowerPoint. There is a new font called as Aptos, some other font. Let me use that Aptos, or you can use any font also. For example, in Excel, if I go to the home, I can use this font. I am going to use this font. But instead of this, you are going to use, correct? This is your font, right? So step number 1, to get your company font. Remember, I'm not going to use your font because I don't have your company font. So let me remove the text box. Just for checking, I inserted it. I remove it. View. Go to the View tab. Under View tab, go to the View tab. Themes. Go to the arrow mark of the themes. Go to the View tab. Go to the arrow mark of the themes. Customize current theme. Customize current theme. Yes. Go to text. View. Customize current theme. Go to text. All the 4. General, title, card, KPI, tab headers. All the 4. You have to make it to some other font. Some other font which is available here. Change it to any font as per your wish. Let me go to general and any font. Let us take DIN. I am selecting the DIN font, or I select some Arial, Calibri. Let me put Arial. Font family. Don't change your font size and font color. Font size and font color may vary from visual to visual. So select only the font family for all the 4. Title, I make it as Arial. Card and KPI, I make it as Arial. Tab header, I make it as Arial. All the four, we are changing the same font. Any font as per your, but change it. Please do change the font. Don't have the default font, change the font. Apply. Yes. We have applied it. Now, second step, view. Go to the arrow mark again. View, themes, arrow mark again. Scroll down. Save current theme. If the save current theme is graded out, it's deactivated, means you didn't change anything. You didn't change the font. Still no changes has happened. If you change the font, only the same save current theme would have been activated. Otherwise, it would have been deactivated, graded out. So let me click on save current theme. And what's the name of the theme? Your wish. Give some name. Maybe I'm saying DICV font theme. So I'm giving some meaningful name. And it's saved as JSON file, JavaScript file. Okay. So it will be saved as a JavaScript file. No problem. Save it. Go to view, themes, customize current theme, go to text and change all the text to a particular font. Then save the template. Second step. Third step. Minimize this Power BI. I'm minimizing this Power BI. Go to the folder where we have saved that font. I don't know where we have saved it. I hope you would have saved it in some other location. I have saved it in the same location where I have this file located. Or you can save it in any location. That's your wish. Go to that location. Right click on that font theme which we have saved. Right click on it. I hope you are all using the latest version of Windows. So if you are using the latest version of Windows, we have an option called as Edit in Notepad. Edit in Notepad. Right click, Edit in Notepad. Or if you are using the older version, go to Open with Notepad. Older version, Open with Notepad. Latest version, right click, Notepad. Edit in Notepad. Right click, Edit in Notepad. And wherever the font name, forget about the coding. Some system the coding may be larger, some system it will be smaller. Wherever the font Arial is available, don't do anything, double quotes, nothing. Instead of this Arial, replace it with our font. Maybe your font is Daimler CS. I am replacing with the font called as Aptos. I copy even Control C. I'll go to this Arial. How to select it? Double click to select it. Easiest method to select it. Double click and select that. Arial will get selected. Paste it. Control V. 4 areas it will be there. 4 areas. Control V. Control V. So wherever we have Arial, we have replaced it with Aptos font. Wherever there is an Arial. Wherever there is a Arial, we have replaced with an Aptos font. Save this notepad, Control S. And I close this font. Save it and I'm closing it. Last and final step. Go to Power BI. Go to the same view tab. Go to the same arrow mark here, themes. Browse for themes. So we have created the themes, we have saved the themes and we have modified it, changed into our company font. Go to browse for themes. And you can see what themes are displayed there. The themes which you have created. Select it. Open. It will say file is added successfully. File successfully added. That means the theme has been successfully imported. Got it. Now go to insert. Now go to text box. You can see your company font should be there. It will be there. Right? Increase the font size. And let me type the heading here. Business transaction dashboard. decrease or increase the height and width of the name box, text box. I think we have discussed this. You should not get the gray on the right hand side. If you are getting the gray, then your height is not proper. You have to increase the height and width. Now, whatever the template, whatever the visual you insert, now it will be in your company template font, Daimler CS. After this, no need for recreating. You can create any visual template. Right. Okay. From now, no need to create it again and again and again. The template is already saved. If you open a new file, you can import this template. You can import the template to the new file. Okay. Right. Let us start doing some visuals and DAX. Got it. Very good. Let us do some formulas and which we did in the last basics also. We'll start with that same process. I want to create a visual. Today we'll see some new visuals also, many new visuals. I want to insert a visual here which should show me the revenue. What is my revenue? Could you tell me how can I find out the revenues? I will go to the invoice trans table. In invoice trans table, there is a quantity available here and there is a invoice cost available here. So now I want to multiply the quantity into invoice cost. Quantity into invoice cost, and I want to make something like revenue. That's my total revenue. We want to multiply the invoice cost and quantity, and we want to find out what could be the revenue. Could you tell me how can I create a formula, or how can I create a column which is having a multiplication of two columns? How can I create it, or where can I create it? If you want to multiply, if you want to add two columns, which is the best way, or where can I do this? Measure is second, but I want an extra column. Measure is at last we are going to do the measure, but we are going to check with two methods. One is we have to go to Power Query. We can go to Power Query, right click on this invoice trans, right click on the invoice trans, go to Edit Query, right click on the invoice trans, go to Edit Query. I'll go to Power Query now. It's going to Power Query. I want to multiply the quantity into invoice cost. Select the quantity, select the invoice cost, add the column, home, transform and add. Let me go to add column. Under add column, we are going to go with the standard formula. Select both the columns, quantity into invoice cost, and I go to add column. Under add column, we'll go to the standard. Click on the standard columns where I can say add, multiply, subtract, divide. So let us go for multiply. So I'm going to multiply these two columns, quantity into invoice cost. We have multiplied the two columns and we'll give a name for this column also. Let us give a name as revenue. Double click and I renamed the column called as revenue.
Selecting, we cannot go to
First you use process. Then it will ask which column has to be multiplied. So select the column, then multiply. If you are selecting, at least one column will be selected, right?
yes.
We cannot place the cursor on empty. If this column is selected, it will ask which has to be multiplied. Then you can go to multiply. Then it will ask, here you can see a window, which has to be multiplied. Either type the number or even you can select the column also. That's another method. Okay. Now let us come back to the close and apply. So we have created a formula. Today and tomorrow we are frequently come to Power Query and go back to Power BI. So go to apply, close and apply. So we have created a new column. Now that new column will be available on the invoice trans table. After loading, you can see that there will be a column called as revenue, which will show you the revenue here. You can see at the bottom, there is a column called as revenue. Earlier it was not there. Now the column revenue is appearing here. So I want to display the revenue in a visual. Which is the best visual? I want to display the total revenue here. Which could be the best visual here? Card. There is a new card also available in the latest version, or you can use the older card, but I think the older card was removed by default nowadays in the latest version. You have something called as new card available in the latest version, but you want to reset. There is a 3 dot available. See whether you are able to find out the card option here. If you are able to find out the card option, that's okay. There is a new feature available in the latest version. You can see there are some new cards also available, but let us go to this 3 dot. Go to the 3 dot and reset default visual. If you are able to display that card there, okay. If you are not able to see the card, reset to default and I say okay. Yes. If it is not there, you have to reset it. It should be there. If it is not there, reset it, because in latest version they are making some changes in this. Reset to default. When I reset to default, I hope you should see two types of card. Maybe older version you may not see it. Latest version you can see two types of card. One is this card with a flash, that is 1, 2, 3, like a flash. That's a new card. I will tell you what is that new card. Multi-card. That is multi-card. I will explain multi-card also. And this one is the older one. old card. 1, 2, 3. In my system, row number 5, first one. If you are able to see it by default, okay. If you are not able to see it by default, go to 3 dotted lines and go to restore default visuals. Then you will get all the default visuals, because every version they are making some changes. Some visual they have removed it, some visual they are added it. So you want the older, all the visuals back. So go to the restore visuals. Now you will get this card. And this card is a new card, which is a new version. I will explain what is the purpose of the new card. We'll see that. So click on 1, 2, 3, this card, and drag the revenue into this field area. I'm bringing the revenue into the field area. 479.45 is my total revenue. This is my total revenue here. 479.45 millions. Could you tell me how can I bring the exact value? I don't want 479.45 millions. I want the exact value. Whether it's 4 crore or 4 lakhs or whatever, I want the exact value to be displayed. How can I bring the exact value here? Very good. Go to the format. Where is the display units? How can I go to the display units? Go to the search box and just type DIS and change the display units as none. So it shows the exact value, 47 crores 95 lakhs 51,090.50. So select the format, go to the search box and type DIS. These are all we discussed in the basics of Excel, basics of Power BI. I close this. I don't like this title to be on the bottom, so I switch off the title. My font is very small, so let me increase the font size. Since Aptos it's very small, let us put it as 28. Yeah. And a new feature is available in the format. Format, we got a new feature which is not available in the older version. Maybe 6-7 months before, if you attended the 6-7 months before, I would have not thought this option. There is a new feature. Go to first, we'll give the heading general. Switch on the title, general, switch on the title and type the title here, revenue. Revenue is my title. Hold it and I'll put the center alignment and I'll go to the text color and the background color, some color. Text color, I have given the title, I have typed some title and I have given some bold text color as white, background color some color, orange color. I think your company more prefers gray and black. Gray. Center alignment. And I recommend always to switch on the shadow to have the better view. Let us go to FX. FX, below the title FX, EFFECTS. And shadow. Switch on the shadow to have the better view. I switch on the shadow. So when you switch on the shadow, you will get some 2D or 3D view when you present it. So I switch on the shadow. Select this. Format. Go to General. FX. And switch on the shadow. And a new feature. Maybe as I told before 6 months, this feature is not available. Latest version, this feature is available. So go to the General. Data format. This may not be available if you are using the old version. Expand the data format. Under data format, apply settings to what? Revenue. And what is the format you want it for this revenue? Click on this. For general, whole number, decimal or currency. So let us say it's a currency format. Yes. We got the currency format. And you can change the currency symbol also. Dollar, euro, whatever the currency you want. So go to general. Below general, you can see data format. Under data format, revenue, what is the currency and what is the currency format. This data format is a new feature which we don't have it in the older version. Okay, if you don't like this Indian currency format, if you want some other currency format, there are some currency format available. You can change the currency format also. You don't like the default currency format, you can change the currency format. Okay. Right. Now, assume today and tomorrow, not assuming, we are going to use this revenue. I am going to use this revenue multiple times in my report. Maybe this page I am going to use this revenue at least 3 or 4 times. Next page I am going to use it. Next page, 10 pages or 20 pages, I am going to use the same revenue more frequently. And assume this data is very large. This data is smaller. As of now, we have only 4,000 or 5,000 rows. But in near future, it may accumulate. Million, billion, trillions of rows may be there. So if you are using a bigger data and if you are going to use this revenue multiple areas in your visual, it may slow down your system speed. It will increase your file size. Instead, it's better to create a measure. So measure cannot be created straight away. Measure can be created using DAX. You cannot say in a measure, you cannot say quantity into invoice cost. You have to say sum of quantity into sum of, or count of invoice, or count. You have to use some aggregated formulas like sum, count, average, or maximum, minimum. You cannot just like that say multiply 2 columns. You have to say sum of quantity into sum of invoice cost, or count of quantity into count of invoice. You have to use some aggregated formula inside the DAX. Okay. So you can create this measure anywhere on your system, anywhere on your table. It can be on the particular table, or it can be in the same table, or it can be in some other table, or you can have a separate table where you can store all the DAX, all the measure into the table. Separate table which will have only the DAX and measures. We'll see that today. Okay, how to create a separate table and how to have only the DAX and measures in a separate table. First, your cursor can be anywhere. As of now, your cursor can be anywhere. There are several methods of creating the measure. Go to the Home tab. Under Home tab, you can see there is an option available. Go to Home tab, where we can see there is an option called as New Measure. Go to Home tab, New Measure. Go to Home tab, New Measure, or you can make a right click on any one of the table. There is an option called as New Measure. Second method, whichever is easier, go to Home tab and click on New Measure, or right click on this and you can go to New Measure. So let us go to Home tab, New Measure. What's the name of the measure? Let us say the measure name is Total Revenue. Don't give the same name. Total Revenue. Don't use sum function in Power BI. Sum function will give you the wrong result. We have to use a function called as SumX. 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 We'll see more functions today, more DAX today and tomorrow. Open bracket. From which column you want to get the output? I want to get it from the invoice trans table. Invoice trans. You can select it and you can use the tab key if you are using a keyboard. If you are using a mouse, just select this invoice trans, or you can press enter also. Latest version enter also will work. Invoice trans, that's a table name, comma, which 2 column you want to multiply. From which table you want to get this? I want to get this from invoice trans table. And which table you want to multiply? You can see here, SumX, open bracket, First input is the table. So I selected the table already. The table name is invoice trans. An expression. What do you want to do? I want to multiply the quantity and the invoice cost. So just type it here. QTY. It automatically shows your column name along with your table name prefixed. No problem. Select this. Multiply it with invoice cost. Just type INVO or INV or cost, invoice cost. Total revenue is equal to sum X, open bracket. What is the table name, comma. What's the column name? Quantity multiplied by another column, that is invoice cost. Close bracket, enter. Close the bracket and you can press enter. Yes. You can see a measure would have been created. Where the measure was created is in my system. This was created under the customer info table. No problem. We can move this measure to this invoice table, or you can move the measure to a separate table also. I can have a table where only the measure will be stored. That also possible. We'll see both. Before that, let me insert this and let me check whether my output is giving the same result. Revenue and this total revenue also should give you the same result. If it is giving the result, then your formula is right. And I don't prefer this. We don't prefer this. We prefer to go with the measure only. Okay, let us see. Let me insert a card. Or even you can copy and paste this card. This card, because I want to retain the same format. The color, background, formatting, I want to retain the same format. So Control C, Control V. Copy and paste. I copied that visual. Control C, Control V. Copied and pasted it. Then go to this first button, add data to the visual. Remove the sum of revenue, which we have dragged already. Remove it and drag this total revenue into the field area. Drag the total revenue into the field area. Literally, you are getting the same output. You can see it's giving the same output. 47 crores, 94 lakhs, 51,090.50. I recommend or we recommend to go with measure and DAX instead of creating a separate physical column. What is the advantages? When I go to this table view and I go to the invoice trans, you can see there is a separate table created. So whenever you are using this revenue in your report, every time it will calculate the quantity into invoice cost, quantity into invoice cost, quantity into invoice cost for all the rows. I am using 10 reports. 10 reports I am using this revenue. It will slow down your system speed. Whereas this total revenue measure which you have created, it doesn't have any impact on your table. You can select any table and check. Customer info, there is no column called as total revenue. In any table, there is no column called as total revenue. Total revenue column is not available in any one of the tables. It's a virtual column which was created on the background of your Power BI. Instantly, it will give you the output. On the flow, you will get an output. That's a faster and best way of creating the formula. So don't create a formula using the columns. You can create it if the table is very small. I'm going to use this in 1 or 2 visuals. I'm going to use it in 1 or 2 visuals, then we can go for that column, creating a separate column. But I'm going to use this more frequently.
Sometimes,
Ah.
I don't know, measure values.
Yes, sir.
Some cases we come across certain visuals.
If you have written correct measure, you can use it. Let us check. 99.9% to work in all the visuals. I don't know which visual you are talking about. It should work. If the relationship is not there, then there may be a problem. Suppose I want the customer wise, what is the total revenue? If the customer is not connected with this total revenue table, then there may be a problem. Otherwise, you will get the output. You should get the output. This card, I don't want it because this card is giving the right output. but it's occupying more file size and decreasing the system speed. So I delete this, and let us put this card here, and even I can delete this column. This column, we don't want this. I don't recommend it. Whenever it's required, for example, to finding the age of each and every person, each and row wise, if you want to do something, we can go for this formulas. We'll do that in the later part. Now I will remove this revenue column, which I don't want. So go to the 3 dot area here. Don't delete your measure. How do I know that this is a measure or this is a column? If it is a measure, on the left hand side of the measure, you can see a small calculator image is appearing. If you are getting the calculator image, that means it's a measure. If you are not getting the calculator image, you are getting something like sigma or some other, that means sigma. Or if you are getting the calendar image, then mean it's a column, normal column. So this is a column, normal column. So I go to the 3 dot and delete from model. Delete from model. It's asking, are you sure to delete? Yes. Only the title, let me change. Format, general, title. This is total revenue. We'll create one more visual, then we'll see the new card also, new card. There is a new card available in the latest version. Yes. Correct. Next. That's our next process. As I told, as he has indicated, I can move the total revenue into a invoice trans, or you can have a separate table where we can have only the tax and measures. Only the tax and measures also. That also possible. That probably we'll see after writing more measures. As of now, we have only one measure. So let us move this measure to the invoice trans table. Select this measure. How do we select the measure? Just go here and make a click. Don't go to the left hand side and make a click. Don't tick this or untick this. Click here. When I click this, on the top, you can see the option called as measure tools. Select this. There is a measure tools. On the left hand side, it is showing in which table this measure was residing. I think now this measure was residing under the table called as customer info, but I want to move this measure to the invoice trans area. So click on the arrow mark here, and which table you want to move. I want to move it to the invoice trans table. So it automatically moves to the invoice trans table. So we can have the measure wherever you want. It's not required. It has to be in any, it can be in any table. It will give you the right output. Of course. 100%. 100%. That is easier. We'll do one, as he has told, we'll do one. Now, I think 10:30 will take a break. Before that, I will finish off another one or two. For example, if I go to the product table, product master, there are some list of products. Let me go to the table view and check. I'll go to the table view and I select this product table, product master. So we have some product ID, we have some product name, we have the description, unit of measure, unit cost. This for every product, air filter, fuel filter, air filter and fuel pump, for every product, we have some cost. For this air filter, we have fixed the cost as 4,500. It's in my product master. But while selling this product, for example, when I go to the invoice trans, while selling the product, for example, P001, that's a product code 1. When I go to this product table, the product one cost is 4,500. But if I go to the invoice trans, while selling, they didn't sell it for 4,500. They sold it for 5,085. for one invoice. Another invoice they sold it as 4950. For another invoice they have sold it as 4590. Either they would have increased the cost, they would have decreased the cost while making an invoice. So before on the product master we have fixed the cost, but while making an invoice to one customer I am giving a different cost, another customer I am giving a discount, and I am sending another customer I would have increased the cost and I would have sent it, I would have sold it. So now what we are going to do is we are going to multiply. Go to the product. That's my actual planned cost. For example, I want to multiply this quantity with the unit cost. That quantity is available in invoice trans table. Unit cost is available in product master table. So we are going to multiply the quantity with unit cost here, which is literally impossible without using measures and DAX, because as I told, every invoices can have a different cost. Every product can have a different cost also. So we are going to multiply it and we are going to get an output here using the DAX and measures. Let us go to the report view again. Go to the home tab again. New measure. Report view. Home tab. New measure. Let us rename this measure. Maybe this is target revenue. I give a name revenue. That's my total revenue, actual revenue. This is my target revenue. Sum X. Open bracket. The table name is invoice trans. Comma. Same thing. Quantity. But unfortunately, the quantity has to be multiplied with what? Unit cost, which is available in another table. So I cannot just say unit cost, which will not work because it's available in another, because I have referred here invoice trans is a table. So it will fetch you the table column from the invoice trans table. In invoice trans table, I don't have the column called as unit cost, but it's available in product master. So we have to use one more DAX here, that is related. RELATED. All the tables are related. All the tables are related. So let us say related. Open bracket. Now you can see all the columns which is related to this table. All the columns which is related to this table. All the columns here. So let us select the product master. In product master we have the unit cost. Yes. In product master, when I scroll down in the product master, we have this unit cost. Select the unit cost now. So we are multiplying the quantity from the invoice table. Related table, product master unit cost. Close the bracket 1, close the bracket 2. Because for related, we opened one more bracket, and sum mix we have opened a bracket also. So we have two brackets. So two bracket has to be closed. Enter. To accept it, you don't know, enter. Once again, the target cost was created again customer info. Better to place the cursor on invoice trans and create it. We'll see it in the next part. And I'll move this target revenue to the invoice trans table, or you can have it in the same area also. Let us insert a card and check whether it's working. Control C, Control V. I copy and paste this card. And I'll bring the total, remove the total revenue and bring the target revenue here and change the title. Format, general, title. The title is target revenue. And I'll go to the data format, scroll down, data format, and I put a currency or a decimal whole number. Let me put a currency symbol for this. Yes, comma separators. So also I will put a currency. So my total revenue is 47 crores, but my target revenue is 45 crores. So we are more than the target. We planned for 45 crores, but we have achieved 47 crores. So place the cursor on this target revenue and this is your formula. This is your tax. So target revenue is equal to sum x, open bracket, invoice trans, comma, invoice trans quantity multiplied with related table. Related product master. Okay. Now, this I believe we should have did this in basic also, but still I want you to try. Insert a measure. Insert a measure. Let us say the name of the measure is profit. Sorry. The name of the measure is profit margin. Profit margin is the name of the measure. Very simple. You see, the formula is total revenue minus target revenue. That's my formula. After this, insert a card and display it. Insert a card and display what is my profit margin. Try. I think it's very easy, very simple. You can do it easily. Done. What is the profit? 2 crores. 2 point. Very good. Done. Right. Let me do this. Home tab. New measure. So home tab, I click on new measure. And once again, sorry, I'm creating the measure always in customer info. So let me do this in place the cursor, select this invoice trans. I'm creating in customer info table, later moving it. For example, this target revenue is now in customer info. I want to move it to invoice trans. You can go to the measure tools and we go to this measure and we select this should be in invoice trans. So the target revenue will move to invoice trans. That's one method. Instead, straight away I can create it in invoice table itself. You have to place the cursor in invoice trans or right click on the invoice trans. Select the invoice trans, right click on it. There is an option available called as new measure. So right click on the invoice trans table and go for new measure so that it straight away creates in invoice trans table. Create it in some other table, then moving it. Instead of doing it, you can create it in the same table itself. Right click on the invoice trans table, new measure. What's the name of that measure? Let us give a name. For example, the measure name is profit margin, what's the formula, is equal to total revenue. We have already created a measure for total revenue. Select the total revenue minus, we already created a measure for target revenue. Target revenue. That's all. As he has told, measure within a measure. Already we created a measure called as total revenue. Already we have created a measure called as target revenue. We are subtracting the total revenue with the target revenue. Enter. Copy this. Control C, Control V. Remove the target revenue and place the profit margin here. Change the title. This is profit margin. Okay. How to create a new card. Slow, yes, that's already we found it. That's already we have done. What time you are writing this? Well, so let us see about, as I told, gradually they are trying to phase out this single card, because now also you would have seen I have reactivated the single card in a newer version. Upcoming maybe in December or January, the single card would have been removed. You will have the multi-row card like this. So let us see how to use this multi-row card, how to bring this multi-row card. We'll use some slicer, we'll use some gauge, and we'll use some conditional formatting also. Some new visuals also, we'll try to explore it one by one.
One doubt.
Yes.
So we have used the same card as target revenue, right?
Correct.
But the format has been changed.
Which format?
So here we
The format is, what is meant by format is the color, background, that is called as format. What you are saying is a data format. Data format will not get updated. Data format is different from each and every column or every measure. So this will copy and paste only the colors, backgrounds and format. That format, not the data format. Data format is independent to every visual. So you have to go there and you have to change it manually. Because I can use the same card, here I can display a customer name there. That will be a text. So the format will be different. The color and background and that will be retained the same. The format indicates only the colors, backgrounds, not the data format. As he has told, you want the data format again, no other go. You have to select this and you have to go to format and you have to go to general. We have to go to data format and we have to change this to currency. Format painter will copy and paste only the format, but one not shortcut. Suppose wherever this profit margin is used, I want this currency symbol. Wherever the profit margin is used. So I can insert that profit margin in a card, in a report, wherever it is used. I want the currency format. So what you do is, instead of going to every visual and changing it, select the profit margin, go to the top, measure tools. Under measure tools, you convert this into a currency format. So that what will happen, wherever this measure is used, any visual, card, pie chart, bar chart, it automatically takes the currency format. So no need to go there and change it, man. This is the shortcut, easiest method. But it will be global for all the visual, wherever this profit margin is used. So wherever this profit margin is used, I want the currency format globally. Then select the profit margin, then go to the measure tools and change it to currency here. But here you have to manually select the currency. Which currency? Indian currency or Europe or US or whatever the currency you want. This you have to manually change it. Okay. Alignment and other part we'll talk about. We'll see about the new card. We'll see about some slicers. We'll see about gauges, table, matrix, some new visuals we'll explore. Let me save the file as of now. I think scheduled break is 10:30. We are already beyond the break timings. So I'll save the file. So just to remind me, I'm stopping the, I'm not stopping. Actually, I'm pausing the recording. And I have to restart the recording after the break is over. So just to remind me, if I am forgetting, just remind me. Let us see some new visual. Before seeing the new visual, let us see the card. As I told, there is a new card available here, multi-card, where we can insert some pictures also inside the cards. And even there are some slicers, new slicers, and picture with a picture also we can insert some slicer. We'll see it. Before, these three cards are available. When you present it, it's very vital. You have to present it in a better way. Even space and alignment is very vital here. For example, you can see the first card and second card, the space is lesser. Second card and third card, the space is more. Sometimes it may not be aligned properly like this. You can see one card is on the top, another card is on the bottom, another card is like this. So it has to be aligned properly. When you present it to others, no one will look at what is the formula you have written. The alignment, the presentation is written. So I want to present it in a better way. So select all the three cards using the control key. Select the first card, select the second card, select the third card, holding the control key. There is another easiest method also to select it. If you have multiple areas, then one more method for selecting is you can go to the view tab. Anyway, we are going to explore this today. In depth, we are going to explore. Go to the view tab. Under view tab, there is a button called as selection. There is a button called as selection, where we can see this option is used for selecting the cards. I want to select the cards. Here also you can select it. Control key, you can select the multiple cards like this. You can select the cards like. If you feel it's very tougher to select it from here, you can go to the selection pane and select it. Suppose I have multiple visuals here. I have multiple visuals. Temporarily, I am going to work with this visual. So other visuals, I don't want to disturb me. It is disturbing us. I want to hide that visual. I want to hide the visual. For example, I am working on this visual. This visual, two visual is disturbing us. Can I hide it temporarily? Yes. You can see the profit margin. I'll go to the eye open symbol. Just to click on that eye close. That will be hidden. Same like the total revenue, I can close it here. So I can focus more on this visual. I want to do some formatting. I want to do something here on this visual. So I can focus on this visual. So you can hide it using this selection pane. This we would have not covered in our earlier session. So let us unhide it again. And the selection be very useful when you are using some feature like bookmark. We are going to see about selection and bookmark today. We'll see that today or tomorrow. I'm unhiding all the three visuals. Select all the three visuals either on your canvas area or on the selection area, whichever is easier. So I'm using the selection area, hold the control key and I select all the three cards. All the three cards should be aligned properly. It's not aligned properly. One is on the top, another one is on the bottom, middle, another one is on the top, and the space is also not even. So go to the tab called as format. Select all the visual. Go to the format tab. Under format tab, align. You can see there is an option called as align. Align left, align center, align right, align top, align middle, align bottom. I want all the visuals should be aligned at the top at the same position. Alignment should be at the same position on the top. So let me say align top. Yes, now you can see all the visuals are aligned in the same position on the top. It is in the same position. Align top. like this, align bottom, align left, align right. Suppose you have inserted all the visual here, one visual here, another visual here, another visual here. Then you can go for left. All the visuals should be aligned on the left of my screen. So you can go for left. So let us go to align again. And you can see there is an option called as distribute horizontally, distribute vertically. So let us say distribute horizontally. So I'm saying distribute horizontally. What is this distribute horizontally is? You'll have an even space. You can see from the first visual to the second visual, the space is similar. Second and third visual, the space is equal. Equally aligned. The space will be equally aligned if I say distribute. So if it is vertical, you can say vertically distribute. Distribute. Suppose one on the top, another one on the bottom. You can use distribute vertically. So we have aligned our visuals. As I indicated, aligning is also a very, very, very important tool. We'll see how to protect this also. Now, let me insert. We'll start with the old slicer. Later we'll see the new slicer. New slicer also we'll see. Let us start with the old slicer. Then we'll go with the new slicer. Let me close this selection pane now. Go to the view tab. Under view tab, I click on that selection pane. I click on the selection pane. The selection pane will go off. So just for alignment, I used that selection pane and I switched off the selection pane. Now let us go to the slicer. Row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth row. 1, 2, 3, fourth one. Fifth row, fourth one. There are some new slicers available. You can see on the bottom there are several new slicers. We'll explore the slicer in another few minutes. First, let us start with this slicer, the older one, the classical slicer. So let me place the cursor on some empty area and I click on this slicer. I click the slicer. Now let us take something. For example, I'll go to the product category. So we have some product categories. So this category, I will bring the category, product category. So let us go to the product category. And I want to bring the category into the slicer area. Let us bring the category into the slicer area or bring it to the field area here. So drag the category into the slicer area or bring it to the field area. Let me bring it to the field area. So these are all the product categories available. Braking system, electrical electronics, engine and fuel, suspension and body components, and transmission and drivetrains. So it's displayed here. Now let me select the braking system. I select this braking system. Yes. Braking system, what is my total revenue? What is my target revenue? What is my profit margin? Electrical and electronics, what is my total revenue? What is my target revenue? What is my profit margin? So based on my slicer selection, you can see it shows what is my revenue, what is my target revenue, what is my profit margin here. So we have inserted a slicer. In the slicer, we have dragged and dropped the category into the field area. Right. Now, help me here. I don't like this slicer like a checkbox, like a list. I want the slicer to look like a tile or a combo box. Select the slicer, format, slicer settings, and go to vertical list. Instead of vertical list, let us make it as tile. Yes. Now increase the height and width. Based on that, it will adjust automatically. I'm increasing, or I want to put this like this, vertically or horizontally. So, yes. Now based on my selection, see it change. Based on my click, it's changing here. Okay. Right. Probably I want you to try this. To have a small recap, I want you to try this. Profit margin. If I select braking system, the profit margin is negative. If I'm selecting electrical and electronics, the profit margin is more. It's positive. And engine and fuel, it's positive, it's positive, it's positive here. Only for braking system, it's negative. So just to try a conditional formatting for this profit margin. I want to do a conditional formatting for the profit margin. If it is a positive, if the value is positive, make it as green, then it should be in a green font or green background. If it is a negative, then it should be red font, red color. Can you try this?
Positive, then green,
Right. If I select braking system, it's red because it's loss. If I select electrical and electronics engine fuel system, it's a profit. It should be green. Either the font color or the background color. That's your wish. Either you can change the font color or you can change the background color also. Yes, profit margin. Try. I believe you can do this easily. Done? Try and fail rather than failing to try. These are all we covered in the basics itself. Yes, done. Let me try this. I select the card. First, initially it was profit. Without selecting any slicer, it is profit 2 crore 73. So let me select the card now. Go to the format, call out value. If you want to change the font color, go for call out value and go for the color FX. If you want to change the background color, then go to general, FX, background. So if you want to change the background color, go to general, FX and background. Or if you want to change the font color, go to visual, call out value, FX. Next to the color, you can see FX. So let me click on FX now. It opens a dialog box. Gradient, no, I don't want gradient. Let us say rules. A gradient can be used for a charts. It looks good in chart. Maybe we'll try it later. Rules. Based on what? Based on profit margin. Minimum to 0. Correct. Minimum means lowest. Lowest can be anything. Negative 1 lakh, negative 1 crore. Lowest. System will take the lowest value. Minimum to 0. From minimum, lowest to till 0. Until 0. That means negatives should be red. So minimum to 0 is red. Go to format, call out value. Next to the color, FX. Next to the color FX, then showing it here, you have to go to format, call out value, under call out value, next to the color FX. That's what we clicked, and it has opened a new dialog box where we changed into rules here, and we are giving minimum to 0 is red. Then next condition, new rules, 0 from 0. You have to say from 0. From 0 means more than 0, greater than 0, above 0 or more than 0. 0 also is a profit. Maybe or you can change it here. Instead of less than or less than, you can say less than or equal to. Here you can make it as greater than, only greater than, not equal to 0. Equal to 0 is not profit. Greater than 0 is a profit. So I'll change it as greater than 0 here. Here I make it as less than or equal to. 0 is also a loss. So 0 to what here? Delete that 0. So it turns into maximum. Minimum to 0 is red. 0 to maximum. From 0, more than 0. From starting from 1 till anything. 1 crore, million, billion, trillion. It should be green. More color. Go to green. Select the green. So minimum to 0 is red. 0 to max is green. Let me check this. Say OK. Yes, it shows green now. Since it's by default it's profit. Let me select the braking system. It's red because it's a loss. Electrical and electronics, it's profit, green. Engine and fuel system, it's green. Suspension and body components, green. Transmission and drivetrain, it's green. Because all are profit, only I think braking system is going on loss. Okay. Selected the card. Go to format. Next to the color F. Then rules. Profit margin. Minimum to 0 is red. 0 to max is green. Okay. Done. To display the actual versus plan. For example, actual is this. My target is my actual. We are targeted for this. Actually, for braking system, we are targeted it. Actually, its total revenue is this. So it's going under loss. So this is my actual. This is my plan. So I want to display the actual versus plan in a visual. This is okay. In a card, it is fine. The card is okay. I'm getting total revenue. I'm getting target revenue. I'm getting what is my profit. That is fine. But I want to display this in a some other visual. Maybe in a better one, better visual. So let me clear the slicer. I have cleared the slicer, or you can have it also, no problem. I'm clearing the slicer. How to clear the slicer? If I already selected the braking system, once again I want my data back. So click on the braking system again, so that you will get the data back. Or you can click on this filter button, clear filter, clear selection. Place the cursor on some empty area. Place the cursor on some empty area. Then in my system, in the build visual, row number 1, 2, 3, 4th row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one, 4th row, 5th one, you can see there is an option available, gauge. It's like a speedometer. Like a speedometer, there is a gauge. So place the cursor on the empty area. Place the cursor on the empty area. Click on this gauge. I clicked on the gauge here. Let me increase the height and width. We'll do some changes here. First, let me add the gauge. I added the gauge here. Now, in this gauge, there are several options available. Value, minimum value, maximum value, target value. So, we'll see the minimum value and maximum value later. Now, let us take the value and let us take the target. In value, which you want to bring, the value is my actual value. Sorry, yes. And the target value is a target, planned value. So, bring the target revenue to the target value, and total revenue to the actual value here. So, I repeat it, bring the total revenue, because this is my actual and this is my plan. So, actual should be at the first value. The planned targeted is in the target value. Okay. So let me bring the total revenue. I'm bringing the total revenue into the value area, and I'm bringing the target revenue into the target value area. Yes. You can see there is a needle shown here. That needle indicates your actual. Sorry, plan, your plan. So if this bar is beyond your plan, that means we achieved our plan. 452 is my actual. So we have gone beyond it. 479 is my actual. So we have gone beyond the plan. So let me check this. Let me check the braking system. So it's lost. Actually, we planned for 51 millions, but we achieved only 47 millions. Electrical and electronics. We planned for 207. Sorry, we planned for 207. Yes, we achieved 223. Engine and fuel. Planning is 36. Actual is 39. Yes, 100, 107. Transmission and drivetrain. 57, 61. But by default it takes from that 100%. It will take the target as the 100%. From that it has automatically taken the maximum. But we can give the maximum also. Yes, that's what we are going to do next. Manually also you can give a number. Automatically also we can give a number. I don't prefer manually fixing, because one visual, when I click this, one may be maximum may be different. Another maximum may be different. So I cannot just say 5 million for everything. So I can fix based on my value, the maximum will change. That's what we are going to do next. Which WL? No, this one is not yours. This one is your total revenue and target revenue. No, you are getting millions here, you are getting values. Maximum, actually, maximum you should not display it. We'll see. As I told, we have to modify something here. We didn't do it. Now, what I recommend is, we'll see some conditional formatting. As I told, we'll see how to fix the maximum, how to fix our own maximum also we'll see. First, let me select the gauge. I select the gauge. Go to the format of the gauge, format your visual. I recommend not to switch on the data label. As I told, it may lead to a confusion here. What is data label here is this minimum value and maximum value. I think we don't want this minimum value and maximum value to be displayed. I want to know whether we achieved the target or not. I don't know. I don't want the minimum and maximum. So better it should be switched off. So let me switch off this data label. So minimum and maximum is switched off. Go to target label and change the target label display units, because it's millions, but here I am displaying it in a normal value. Here also I should display the normal value. If I am getting millions there and here I am getting normal value, I am getting confused. So let us go to target label, change the display units as none. Same like scroll down, call out value, change the call out value also none. Yes. So both the values I make it as none. Target value and this value I make it as none. So here you can see it displays the exact value here. So whenever I select, based on that, you can see the values are changing. Still we have to do furthermore. As you told, we have to fix the maximum. Manually we can fix the maximum. It's automatically taking the maximum here. It's taking the highest value out of that, another 100% of it. So it comes in the middle. I don't want this bar should come in the middle. I want this gauge should be at the somewhere else at the last, like a speedometer. We'll see how to do that. Before it, I want you to try. Already we did it. I think you can do it very easily. Same coloring, conditional formatting. I want you to do it for this gauge. This gauge color. If I select the braking system, it's loss. So my needle is here. My planned actual is here. So it's lesser than my plan. So it should be red. This gauge color should be red. If I select electrical and electronics, it's above my target. So it should be green. Same like engine and fuel, it should be green. So based on my selection, I don't like blue color. My color should change. If I achieved the target, it should be green. If I didn't achieve the target, it should be red. For this gauge color, not for the card or anything. This gauge color should get changed. This gauge color should get changed. Try. Just to try. Same thing, same conditional formatting. Positive should be green, negative should be red. Positive is green, negative is red. If I select braking system, it should be green, red, sorry. If we select other things, other than braking system, it should be red, green. Positive green, negative red. Exactly. It should be based on positive margin, not based on total revenue or target revenue. Your color should change based on the profit margin. Finishing this, we'll see one more DAX and we'll see two visuals. Done? Very good. Yes, sir. Let me try this. Select the gauge, format, color, colors. Expand the colors, two colors, fill color, target color. I want fill color. Target color is that needle. That should be blue. Fine. So let us go for this fill color. FX. Click on the FX of this fill color. So format, color, gauge. Go to format, color, FX. Once again, it's opening the same dialog box. Instead of gradient, let us make it as rules. And it says whether you want to make it as based on total revenue. No. Color should not based on total revenue. Color should change based on my profit margin. So either you can click on the drop down and you can select the profit margin. I think it's available in the table called as invoice trans, or you can click here on the top, click here and type it here. PRO, profit. Yes, the profit margin is available here. So just type PRO, profit margin. And I select this profit margin. It should be based on the profit margin, not based on the total revenue. Select the profit margin. The conditions are same. Minimum to 0, red. Minimum to less than or equal to 0 is red. New rules. 0 to max. Greater than 0 to max is green. So minimum to 0 is red. 0 to max is green. Let me check this. Say OK. Yes, it shows the green because it's profit. When I select engine and fuel, it's also profit. Suspension, it's also profit. But when I select the braking system, it's loss. It's red. So based on my selection, you can see it showing whether we are actual versus plan, whether we achieved the plan or not. If we achieved our plan, then it's green. If you have not achieved it, then it's red. Select the gauge, format, color, fill color, FX. Rules, and the rules is based on the profit margin, minimum to 0, 0 to max. Okay. Now, I don't like this gauge coming here. I want this gauge should appear. It's not compulsory, it's not mandatory, but we can try that. I want this gauge should come here. Somewhere else, we are in a good speed. We have achieved the target here. I want the gauge and I want to fix my own maximum value. And the gauge should come somewhere else here, maybe target here, if you achieve the target or not. So I want the gauge should come here. So let us create a small measure. We'll create a measure. So you can create a measure in any table, or let us see how to make a separate table and put all the measures into that particular table. First we'll create the measure, then we'll see how to create a table, and we can put all the measures into that particular table also. You'll see that. Now you can place the cursor wherever you want, any table. Go to Home tab, New Measure, Home tab, go to New Measure. Under New Measure, this measure is created for fixing the maximum value. I don't want to fix the maximum of 50 crores. Here it is 50 crores, but when I select a braking system, then the maximum may be varying. When I select electrical and electronic, the maximum may vary. It should change accordingly. It should change based on my revenue. It should change automatically. So let us create a measure for it. The measure is max of gauge. To fix the max of gauge, I'm going to use this measure equal to, I want to take maybe 10% from my total revenue. If my total revenue is 47 crores, from that 10% more. 10% more. If it is 5 crores, 10% more than that. So equal to max of gauge is equal to total revenue multiply it by 10%. So I can say 1.10. 1.10 is equal to 10% of my total revenue. Correct? So 1.10. If you want to make 20%, 30% also your wish. So let us say max of gauge is my name of the measure is equal to total revenue into 1.10. 1.10 means 10% more than the total revenue.
Suppose if I want to assume whichever is maximum, either total revenue or target
Then you can write if you have to write if one condition. If which one is maximum, whether total revenue is greater than the target revenue, then you have to say 1 point into 1.12. Else you have to use another if statement. If possible, you write a if statement also. As of now, I am fixing the total revenue into 1.10. Enter. Now what we do is select the gauge. Go to this add data to the visual. The first button below the visualization. Add data to the visual. Select the gauge. Here already we have dragged that total revenue into the value. Target revenue into the target area. Now we have two other options, minimum and maximum. Minimum is automatically by default 0. Maximum, this is the one which we are going to fix it. We have created the measure here. Drag that measure, max of gauge, to this maximum area. Drag the max of gauge to this maximum area. Drag this max of gauge to this area. Yes. Here it's my maximum value. Now based on my selection, you can see the gauge will change. This is not mandatory, it's an optional. If you want, you can do this. Okay. We'll see some new visuals. Done? Now, from morning, I think we have created around 3 or 4 measures. The total revenue is in the table called as invoice, I don't know, invoice trends. Yes, total revenue, profit margin, everything is in invoice trend. That's fine. But this max of gauge, it's a common one. I don't want this to be in customer info table. Can I have a separate table? And I want to, for today, tomorrow, we are going to create more measure, more DAX like this. At least another 10 or 15 DAX today and tomorrow. So I want to create a separate table where I can place all my DAXs. So I don't want to confuse my table. So because I don't know where this max of gauge is available. So it's available, and as per the now, it's available under the customer info table. But let me create a table and I will put all my DAX into that particular table. All my DAX and measures into the particular table. So what we do is go to the home tab. Go to the home tab. Under home tab. So let us go to the home tab. Under home tab, you can see there is something called as enter data. Go to the home tab where we can see there is something called as enter data. So just click on this enter data. It opens a new dialog box. Yes, it's opening a new dialog box. And it's asking what could be the table name. On the bottom last, you can see it's asking the table name. And this table is for storing all my measures. So let me rename it as measures table. So I want to store all my measures into this table. So I'm giving a name called as measures table. Column 1, I think this column 1 is not required for dummy column. This column is a dummy column. Leave it, we can delete that column also later. Because a table should have some column. It cannot be empty. You should have some column for the table. That's why a column is created. Let it be as it is. Tomorrow we are going to see some create a table with the data also, with RLS and other things. Now let me load this. I click on load. So we have gone to home tab and we have created a dummy table. The table name is measure table. Yes, you can see in my data, there is a table created called as measures table. There is a table available called as measures table. There is a specific table available, measures table. Now you know how to bring this max of gauge to this table. Correct? How do you do it? Select that, very good. Select it, then go to measures tool and go to home table and make it as measures table. So that max of gauge, now it's residing in the measure table. Now what you do is, after doing it, this column number 1, which is not required now, because already we have got one column. There should be some column in a table. Without a column, the table will not be there. That's why the dummy column 1 is created. Now that column 1 is not required for us. So go to 3 dot, go to the 3 dot of column 1 and delete from the model. So delete it from the model. So now there is a table called as measures table where we have only this measure. So probably we are going to add further more measures, and we are going to place all our measures into the tables. All the measures, we'll place it inside this table. Today and tomorrow we are going to create many measures. So we'll have a separate table where we have only the measures. So even it will be much faster also. So first go to home tab and go to enter data, give a name for the table, say OK, a table will be created. Later drag this or place this measure into the table, that's all, and delete that old column 1. The column 1 is not required. Okay, a separate table is available now where we can hold all our measures into this column, into this table. Okay. I have to delete and I have to recreate it again, sir. Okay. One by one only you can put. Or from now, create all the measures from here. Right click and create a measures from here. From now. Okay. So I have to redo it again one more time, sir. So go to home tab. First go to home tab. Enter data. I'm creating one more time. Since you asked, I'm creating one more time. Enter data. And what is the table name? Give some name for the table. Already there is a table called as measures table. So let me give some other name. TBL measures. This table is going to have all my measures. Okay. Load. That table will be loaded with an empty column 1. But there is a table called as TBL measure with an empty column 1. Now this measure, I want to move it to this table. Select that measure, measure tools, home table. In which table we want to move? We want to move to the TBL measures. It has moved from here. The table was deleted because there is no column there. Now this column 1, go to 3 dot and delete. Dummy column. Just for a sake we have created it. Now delete that from the model. So I have a table called as TBL measures where I have all the measures. As of now we have only one measure. Okay. Now we have inserted some cards. Card 1, card 2, total revenue, target revenue and profit margin. We have some cards. And we have seen the slicer also. Let us see the new card. What could be the difference between the earlier, the basics of Power BI, we used a card. What is a new card available, which is a new feature in the latest version? Place the cursor on some empty area. Place the cursor on some empty area. In my system, build visual, row number 1, 2, 3, 4th row, 4th row, last one, 4th row, last one, card, new card, card with that flash. Even the name resembles same. This is also a card. This is also a card. Both are named as card. But as I told, gradually this will be phased out. Still we are using it. Gradually it will be phased out. Maybe in the October, December or January, this may be removed. This may be removed. So you have to use this card in near future. This one, this card with a flash. Okay, select that card, place the cursor on some empty area, select the card. So what is the advantage of this card is, let us display, I want to display the total revenue, target revenue, I want to display the profit margin. So let us go to the invoice trans table. and I drag the total revenue into the value area. Yes, it displays the total revenue. And the advantage is, in a card, in a normal older card, you can display one value at a time. Either you can display the total revenue or you can display the target revenue. But in this card, select this. Already I have displayed the total revenue. Drag the target revenue also here. We'll rearrange it. Then I want the profit margin also here. So all the three are displayed in this card. All the three. For the time being, I'm just reducing the size of my gauge. So all the three are displayed in a card here. So one card, we are displaying all the three. So that's one advantage. Another one is, how can I change this? 479.45 million, 452 millions, 27.34 millions. I don't like this. I want to display the exact value, how we are displaying it in a card. So go to the format your visual. Unfortunately, there is no call out option available here, but there is a call out option available here. So just go to the call out here, call out. Under call out, it says all cards, all, there is something called as all. It is all. Go to values. Under values, unfortunately, I am not able to see label. I am not able to see the display units. So what I do is select this total revenue. When I select the total revenue, now the display units is activated. Instead of all, I made it as total revenue. Now display units is activated. Change the display units as none. Same, no other go. You have to do every time. Go to the target revenue and change the display units as none. Similarly, go to the top and change the profit margin, display units as none. Okay, so I am increasing the height to have the view of everything. I have total revenue, I have target revenue, I have profit margin. But so you have to, instead of all, you have to make it as one by one. You have to select one by one. By default, it will be all. You have to change it as one by one, and then you have to change it as display units as none. Okay. And what are all the other things can be done in the multi-card, multi-level card? Yes. If you want to change the currency, tell me how can I change the currency? Yes, you want the currency to be changed in all the three. How can I do that? Normally, how do we change the currency here? Any visual, you have to go to general, then data format. Here also, total revenue, its currency, same like target revenue, because one may have a currency, one may have a dollar, another may have Indian currency also. I can display one Indian currency here, I can display US currency here, I can display some other currency also here. So you have to change it manually. So target revenue, that's also a currency. Profit margin, that's also a currency. Multi-card. So you have to go to general. Under general, you have to go to data format. Under data format, select each and every one. Total revenue, a different currency format. Target revenue, currency format. Profit margin, currency format. Okay. But I don't like this format to be like this. I want, can I display total revenue on the top, target revenue on the bottom, profit margin on the bottom here. So select this card, go to visual, multi-card layout. Under multi-card layout, what is the style? Tile, or it should look like a table, horizontal or vertical. Let us say I want it as vertical. Now increase the height. Now this is displaying vertically like this. So you can display cards vertically. So go to the multi-card layout, change the layout. Whether you want it a tile format or normal table format, I make it as tile, horizontally or vertical, like a grid also. So I made it as vertical. Yes. Now it is displayed vertically here. Total revenue is okay, but if you are displaying some other, maybe if this vehicle sales is this, another vehicle sales is this, I want to put the vehicle picture here, I want to put some other picture here. For example, let me take the total revenue itself. Total revenue, I want to put a picture here. I want to add a picture. So let me download some picture. So I'll go to some, so total revenue. For total revenue in INR picture, some dummy picture, images. Maybe I'll take some images. Maybe which one is good? Maybe this one. I'll take some image. Right click, save this image. I'm saving this image. Save this image in some location. Maybe this is for total revenue image. And I'll put it in the same folder where we have that file loaded. I put it in the same folder. Total revenue, JPEG file. So I have downloaded one image. For total revenue, I have downloaded an image. Let me select this card. Go to format, visual. Under visual, the scroll down. There is an option called as image. Expand the image. And it says all. Instead of all, we have to make it as total revenue. Select the total revenue. Switch on the image on. Image. Browse that image. You have to browse that image. And I select that image. Yes. You can see that image is displayed here. So select the card. Go to visual. And go to image. Under image, I selected the total revenue. And browse. And I added that image here. Added that image. So total revenue, we can display it image here. So like this, you can put a picture. This is another advantage of this card. Whereas in the older card, normal card, you cannot insert some images. You cannot insert images. You can insert the images here. Page also. No, profit margin, this is the picture. Target revenue, you can have a different picture also. What is your question? That also you can. That also you can do. That we'll see. Now I am getting the picture inside it. Total revenue, this is the picture. Outside also you can get a picture. There is an option of getting a picture outside. And the picture alignment, stretch, fill, center. How you want the picture. Fit it. Stretch. Fill. So you can put the position of the picture also. So like this, you can add the picture. For target revenue, I can have a different picture. For a profit margin, I can have a different picture. Pictorial representation. That's all. For target revenue, I am putting this picture. So I'm just browsing and I'm getting some pictures. Select the card. Go to image. Apply settings to target revenue. Switch on the image, browse, and I select this target picture. Yes, this is my target revenue. My total revenue, this is my target revenue. Like this, you can add some pictures. But can I link a picture automatically? It's required every time to select the picture. We can have a linking picture also. We'll see how to make a link with the picture. Good profit margin. I'm not able to get a better picture. Okay. Profit margin. Switch on the image. Browse. Yes. That's what I sold. Dynamic picture. Told you we are going to see next. But in a card, we have to select it, but we can make a dynamic picture also. This is a major difference between the older card, classical card, and card. One card we can display multiple values like this. We can display the picture like this. This is a new picture, new card visual. Let's see the slicer also. Start using the new card. As I told, the old card will be phased out gradually. They are removing the old cards. Another 1 or 2 months, the old card will get phased out. It will be removed. So start using this card. Okay. Now, let us see the, for a card, we have replaced it with new card. Similarly, the slicer. Let us go to the same build visual. Row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th row. Last but one. From the 7th row, the third one. Button slicer, there is text slicer, there is list slicer. List slicer and text slicer is very simple. Let us go to the button slicer. Last but one row, there is a button slicer. Click on the button slicer. I place the cursor on some empty area. I placed it on the slicer. I place the cursor on some empty area and I select the button slicer. And I place the slicer somewhere else here. And once again, let me drag the product category, same product category, I'm dragging and dropping to the value area. It looks like a same slicer what we did earlier. It looks like a same slicer. So you can see I can increase the height and width. Yes, button slicer. So we have inserted a slicer. It's a button slicer. But what is the advantage? It looks like a normal slicer. It's like a slicer. You can select it here. Same like you can select the braking system. You can select the electrical and electronics, and you can select the engine and fuel. You can select the suspension body. You can select the transmission. So it somewhat looks like a earlier slicer. Okay, but here, like a card, what we did, we can display some pictures also. For example, braking system, I want to display a picture, but I don't want to. Here the slicer category may increase. For example, tomorrow I may have one more category. So I cannot add a picture for everything. I want a dynamic picture for this. Braking system, automatically the braking system picture should appear. Electrical and electronic, the electronic and electrical picture should appear. Engine and fuel, engine and fuel. So where you have the products. Bus means if I select bus, the bus picture should appear. So whatever the vehicle you have, based on the vehicle, if I select the vehicle, that picture should appear here automatically. And based on that, if I select, it should filter automatically. So first let us take this braking system. For a braking system, I need some picture. So I'll go to, once again, go to the Google picture and I select this braking system. I want a picture for braking system, not in INR is not required. I remove that INR. Yes. Okay. Let me select some picture. Maybe the second picture, right click. Don't download this picture. Don't download this picture. Right click on the picture. Don't download it. Right click on the picture. Copy image link. You have to copy the image link. Even it can be from your company website. Even you can get it from your company website or somewhere else. As I told, the employee name, employee photographs also you can get it with the link. So right click, copy the image link. Copy the image link. Don't download the picture. Don't download the picture. Copy the image link. Let me open that source Excel file. I'll open the original source Excel file. I'll open that original source file. That is today morning we have downloaded that file, right? I'll go to that original source file. That is my business transaction. Business transaction. Let me go to the original source file. And I'll go to the product master. Sorry, not product master. Now I'll go to the product category. In this product category, we have some columns. Category ID, category name, purpose, example, and description. Take any one of the column, or you should have a column called as picture link. There should be a column called as picture link, or let me take the column called as maybe the description. Instead of the description, I think I took this braking system. Instead of this description, I paste that link here. So I have pasted that link, the link which I have copied, I'm pasting. Let us try with one. Then we'll see the engine and fuel, transmission, other things we'll see it later. For braking system, this is the link. For braking system, this is my picture link. So we have copied the picture and we have pasted the picture here. Save it. Control S. Close it. Control W. Come back to Power BI. Only one thing I am trying. We'll try the other part. Come to Power BI. Select this button slicer, which we have did just now. Select the button slicer. Format again. Under format, image. So go to the image. Under image, you can see the image. Switch it on. Under this, it's asking for the field. Which field? Which field we have typed that link? I don't know. Which field? Category or description? Okay, thank you. This description column. Go to the product category, description column. Drag that description column and place it in the data area. Drag the description column and place it in the data area. But I didn't refresh it. Click on refresh. Just click on that refresh. It's refreshing. Yes, it is getting refreshed. Before that, I don't know whether I closed that Excel file. Yes, I closed it. Yes. Because it's taking some time to refresh. You should get the picture there after loading. Alignment we can change. I don't know why it's taking more time for me. For me, it's taking more time, but you should have got it. My Wi-Fi is a little bit slower. Sorry, why it's taking some problem. I have deleted that measure table. That measure table is a problem for me. There was a dummy table called as measure table, which I didn't delete it. I moved the table. That's why it's showing an error for me. So like this, you can add that the electrical and electronics and the engine fuel system. As I told you, your component names can be added. Names, anything you can add it here. Employees, photographs. Yeah. I'll put this picture, maybe it's fitting. I'll put it in center or fill. It's very small. My picture is very small. The height and width. Ah, like this, you can add the pictures, dynamic pictures. For electrical and electronics, for engine and fuel system, for everything, you can add a picture and refresh it. You'll get a picture here. If we are putting in a slicer, you can do it. But card, as of now, no. Card is only based on selection of the picture. Card doesn't have an option of dragging a field. Upload a picture. That's all. That's it. We'll try with one more. Maybe the electrical and electronic finally. You can do it as I have created a new table. In a new table, you can add that column and you can link it also. While teaching RLS, I will tell you how to add a new column, how to link it. In that, you can insert this picture. You have to copy the image link. You have to copy the image link. Don't insert the picture or don't download the picture. You have to copy the image link. Then somewhere else I am pasting it. Electrical and electronics. Yes. As I told you, can get it from your company website. You can get it from SharePoint, anywhere else also. I think you should get it from your company website normally. Better to get it from your company website. So dynamically based on your values, the picture will be inserted here. So I have inserted two pictures. Braking system, I have inserted one picture. For electrical and electronic, I have inserted another picture. So suppose I want to see braking system, just to click on the braking system, you can see what is the profit and loss for the braking system, electrical and electronics. Picture. Visuals, more attractive visuals. So try to insert it for other three also. Time for this, you can insert it for other three. Upload. So now I believe this earlier Slicer may not be required. If you want, you can have it, but it's not required because we have a new slicer. So you can use this slicer. Similarly, this, as I told, the slicer will be there. Card, I think they will remove the card as soon as possible. As soon as possible, they are planning to remove the card. It will be retired soon. So try to use the new card. But slicer, you can use both. If you want a picture, go for the new slicer. If you don't want the picture, go for the old slicer. Yes, the new card and the new slicer. Slicer or card. We copied that link and pasted it in the source. Okay, only one cell. Which cell you have placed it? Description.
Description.
You have to drag the description and place it under the select this. Slicer or not issue. Normal slicer, old one. Picture எங்க? One small dot. Take this normal slicer. So they didn't remove the old slicer. Hard they have removed it. This the old slicer is also available. After the improvement, they will remove the old slicer and they will
This
make the
layout may very function. We can add this. Correct.
drop down will not fit them.
No?
Okay. Right, so add some pictures like this, and you can add many pictures like this and align it as he has indicated format. Unfortunately, like a normal slicer will have a drop down. Normal slicer, we can use date functions, but date cannot be used in this slicer. Specifically for a picture, I think we can go for it. Otherwise, I prefer to go with the normal slicer. We'll see how to use the normal slicer and sync slicer. There is an option called as sync slicer also. You can go for the sync slicer. So go to the slicer and multi-layout button. You can go to button, multi-button layout. Once again, the grid, once again, horizontal, vertical. You can place it horizontally or you can place it vertically. So like this, vertically, top one, bottom one, or you can place it horizontally. Columns will increase. So I have, but that cannot be fixed. It may increase in later also, but okay. As of now, we have only 5. So we can go for 5. Yes, correct, you are correct. You can increase the columns to 5 so that all the 5 items are displayed like this. I have only 5 categories, so I have given 5 columns. If you have more category, you have to increase it or you have to scroll. So picture with slicers. Or you place it as vertically also. No, I'm saying tomorrow it may increase. Every time you cannot come here and change it to 6, 7, 8, 9. Tomorrow the categories are increasing to 10. I cannot come here. Every time I have to come here and increase it as 10. Okay. Let us see. We have to view about table and matrix also. I don't know whether table and matrix can be covered now. We'll try to do that. I save this file, this page, and try to have some meaningful name for the pages. Today evening, we are going to see how to make an index for your page, like an app. We can have multiple report and make a multiple report into an app. We can get a visual file and we can make it as a dashboard. Actually, this is not a dashboard. This is just a report. I can get one report from one file, another report from another file. We can make a dashboard. And I can have 3 or 4 files and I can create an app also. So there are so many options. We'll explore it. For a time being, I'm giving some meaningful name. Please give some meaningful name. Then only the creating app, creating the index will be very useful. Tomorrow, we are going to see how to make an index. So let us give some meaningful name for this page. This is my home page. This is my first page. This is my home page. So I have given some name for this page. So the page name is home. So I have given some name. So let us open a new page now. I'm going to open a new page. Let us open a fresh new page. Insert a page plus symbol. So we have inserted a fresh new page. Let us create some chart. Maybe let us take a donut or we'll go with the pie chart. Let us go with the donut chart. I'll go with the donut chart. I selected a donut chart and a new updation of this visual. After donut chart, we'll see new upgrade of a new visual. I inserted a donut chart. Let us take something region. I want to know region wise. Let us say region name. Go to the search box and I type region. Drag that region name. Drag the region name into the legend area. Drag the region name into the legend area. And maybe the total revenue. Let us bring the total revenue into the value area. Remember, I'm using the total revenue in multiple visuals. It will be very faster compared to a normal column because total revenue, we made it as a measure. Measure will be faster than the normal one. And help me here. How can I put this region name on the bottom and how can I make this millions into the exact value? So first I want to put the legend at the bottom. Format. Legend. Position. Maybe I'll put it on the bottom center. Yes, now the north, south, east, west and central is displayed on the bottom of my pie chart, donut chart. And display units. Go to the search box, DIS, display units, and change the display units as none. Okay. So we have created a donut. Now, let us insert a new visual, and we have an upgradation on the new visual. Even if you insert a visual, it will ask you to upgrade. We'll upgrade it. We'll upgrade it in another few minutes. Before that, we'll use the classical one. That also will be gradually removed, like a card. The old card they have replaced with a new card. Similarly, this is a older one. It will be replaced with a new feature. The older one, the map and field map. The map and field map. Before map and field map, you have to activate something. Go to file. I think we would have covered in basics. Go to file, options and settings, file, options and settings, options, file, options and settings, options. Under options, it opens a dialog box, new dialog box, where we will see security. There will be something called as security, file, options and settings, options, security. Under security, see whether this option is enabled. Which option? The map and field map. It has to be checked. If it is not checked, please check it. It should be checked. If it is not checked, please check that option. Please check that option, map and field map. And I say OK now. I click on OK. File, options and settings, options, security, map and field map, which is already selected. If it is not selected, please select it. I think I have selected it now. Say OK. First we'll see the normal one, then we'll upgrade it. Place the cursor on the empty area. Place the cursor on some empty area. Row number 1, 2, 3, 4th row, third one, 4th row, third one, field map. We have field map, we have bubble map, and we have upgraded map. First let us go to the field map. Place the cursor on some empty area, and remember your Wi-Fi also has to be connected. Internet has to be connected. I hope it's already connected. So go to the field map. Now let us take, we have some country names, we have some state names. Let us take the state, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, we have some state names. So let us type state. I think I have the state name. Under the geographic data, drag the state name into the location area. It's asking to upgrade your map. Please wait. As I told, this map is going to be retired soon. But please wait. We'll upgrade it later. So select this map, field map, and I drag the state name. Based on whatever the state you have it on your source data. It's purely based on your source data. In your source data in the Excel file, whatever the state names available, based on that it has created the report here. So when I go to the geographic data here, you can see these are all the state names: Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal, Assam, Bihar. These are all the state names available. So based on the state names only it has created. If you have a different country state name, it will create a map accordingly. So it has created a map. Place the cursor over it, any one of the state. This is Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. You can see the Karnataka, Maharashtra. It displays the state name. But I want to know in which state, each state, what is my total revenue? What is my revenue in Tamil Nadu? What is my revenue in Karnataka? What is my revenue in Andhra Pradesh? So let us take the total revenue once again and drag the total revenue and drop it to the tooltip area. There is something called as tooltip. Drag the total revenue and drop it to the tooltip. You will get some flash. Don't worry, nothing will happen. You will get a flash. Drag the total revenue into the tooltip area and place the cursor over here. Yes, it shows Tamil Nadu, what is my total revenue? Karnataka, what is my total revenue? And Maharashtra, what is my total revenue? Gujarat, what is my total revenue? Rajasthan. So when you place the cursor, it shows the total revenue for each and every states. Okay. But still it's not over. We have to see one more. I want to know wherever my revenue is more, which state is having more revenues. I want to give a green. A state which is having a lesser revenue, I want to put a yellow. Very lesser. Lowest means I want to put a red. Let me select this chart, map, go to the format your visual, select the map, go to the format your visual, and go to the fill color, select the map, go to format your visual, fill color. Under fill color, the default color is blue. Let us go for FX. Manually you can change the color. Suppose manually for Tamil Nadu I want a different color. Andhra Pradesh I want a different color means you have to switch on the show all. Show all. All the state names will be displayed. You can change the individual color, each and individual color manually. But I don't want it. Based on a condition, the color should change. Not based on the manually, I don't want to change it. So go switch off that show all. Show all, switch off it. Now go to FX. Go on FX. And it's asking rules. I believe for charts, I don't recommend rules. I recommend to go with gradient, multicolor, heat map, gradient. And do you want to apply the gradient based on the state name? No, I don't want to apply it based on the state name. I want to apply based on the total revenue. Total revenue, lowest value. What's the color? Even you can type the lowest value also. Or you can ask the system to take the lowest value. Let me ask the system to take it because tomorrow the lowest value may be differing based on my data. So let us take the lowest value. I'm not customizing it. Lowest value, let us take the same heat map traffic signal colors. Red for lowest. Add middle color. Middle color, let us say middle color is yellow. Highest value, maybe green. So the lowest is red, middle is yellow, highest is green. Okay. Yes. Based on my values, where we have more sales, I think where we have more revenues, it's in green. I think we have more revenue under Uttar Pradesh and second maybe Maharashtra. So red will be lowest. So based on my values, the colors are changing. But what is the purpose of inserting this donut? Why I inserted this donut? Let me select, let us go to the north region. Click on the north region. It automatically zooms out and it shows only the map for north region. In north region, which is green, which is red and which is yellow. And similarly, I select the south region. Yes, it shows the south region map. Based on my selection, the map is changing. Okay. Click on outside, you will get the entire map. This can be India map, this can be world map also. One more map. This is filled map. Select the same map. Go to this first one, add data to your visual. And before this, I select this map. Before this filled map, that is not map, that is bubble. Bubble means based on your value, the bubble size will increase or decrease. If you have more value, the bubble size will be green with the bigger bubble. Bubble size may vary from based on the values. So I select the map. Yes. So you can see where the bubble size is bigger, that means we have more revenue there, green. Where the bubble size is lesser, that means the revenue is very lesser, red. Third is the latest one. Third is the latest one. Actually, no need to select the third. I think in near future you will get to only this Azure map. This two map will retire sooner. You can see the message says it's retiring soon. So I don't want the bubble map. I want the normal map means you can click it. Or what we can do is this two will retire sooner. This two they have merged into one map, that is Azure map. Either you can select Azure map or very simple, go to the upgrade map. If you select upgrade map, it automatically updates to the Azure map, the latest map. So this one will be the new one. Similar to the card. The old card will get retired and you will get a new card. Same like this, the old map will get retired, you will get this new map in near future, Azure map. Now you can upgrade it. So it automatically turns into the Azure map, the latest map. Even you can see when I upgrade, it automatically turns into the Azure map only. So that 2 map will get retired sooner, like a card. So this will be your new map. Straight away you can, if you are aware of this, you can straight away go with the new map itself. Near future, you have to use this new maps. In new map, what is the purpose is you will get this filled map and go to the format. Even you can get the bubble also. Both are available here. You can see the filled map also, as well as you can put the bubble layer also. Both in one. You will get both in one. Filled as well as bubble. Both you will get it in one here. Cluster bubble. So if you don't want filled, you can put only bubble. So both are merged here. Bubble size here, I think bubble size you cannot change. Manually you can change the size, but not based on the values.
Size we can put here in the left side. There is one size.
Based on your values.
This size total.
Instead of tooltip, you can put it on the size. Switch off this and check. Switch off the filled map. I think clustered it shows which is better, which is first, second, third. It shows some numbers. If I click and you can, each data point, it shows some number. You can zoom it and you can see further. Even I am exploring this. It's a very new feature. Switch off the filled map and check. Category label, heat map, just explore it. Even this is a very new map. So the earlier one will get retired, so try to use this newer one. Top 10, table, matrix, fixing target, forecasting, what if analysis, grouping. So before the lunch break, we'll finish off with the top 10 and then we'll see about drill through also. Drill through if possible. We'll finish off with top 10 before the break. So let me place the cursor on some empty area. Let me place the cursor on some empty area. Let us draw maybe a bar chart. I think to find out the top 10, two chart will be good. One is the bar chart. Another one is the funnel. Funnel also looks good. But we'll see where we can use the funnel. Where maybe next session we'll see about the funnel. Even we'll see about waterfall also. So let me place the cursor on some empty area here. And I select this bar chart. Maybe this clustered bar chart. The third one. Clustered. We'll see about stacked in another few minutes. Maybe afternoon. Select this clustered bar chart. Now I want customer wise. Let us take the customer name. And I drag the customer name into y-axis. Customer name into y-axis. I selected this third one. Clustered bar chart. And we dragged the customer name into y-axis. I think in the basics of Excel itself, I would have told you which wise you want it should be in the first. Whichever you want to summarize it, some average count, that should be on the second. So I want customer wise, what is my total revenue? Each customer, what is my total revenue? So I'm dragging the customer name into y-axis and total revenue. Let us drag the total revenue into x-axis. So we got the, total revenue into x-axis. Yes. We got customer wise, what is my total revenue? It shows all the customers. It shows all the customers here, starting to ending. Who is the top customer is on the top. The lowest customer is on the bottom. So, but I don't want all the customers. I want only the top 10 customers. I want only the top 10 customers. Before getting the top 10 customers, could you tell me, I want to apply the same coloring formatting. Highest value is green. You can see in the map. Wherever my revenue is more, I'm getting a green. Wherever the value is somewhat in the middle, I'm getting an yellow. Wherever the value is lesser, I'm getting a red. But instead of this, instead of the same thing, I want it for this bar chart also. How can I get the same coloring formatting for this bar chart? Select the map, then Home tab, very good. Format painter, select the bar chart. So same format is applied here. Highest is green, middle is yellow, lowest is red. Select the map, first to select the map and format painter, then select the bar chart. Same format. Format painter. Select the map, click on the format painter, then select the bar chart. Same color is copied here. Instead of redoing it again. Then let us finish off with this top 10. Before the break, we'll finish this. Select this bar chart. Expand the filter. Today we'll see how to filter the car, how to filter a chart, how to filter a page, how to filter the entire page also. So expand the filter. Expand the filter. You can see filter on this visual. Filter on this visual. We have customer name, we have total revenue. I want to filter the top 10 customer. Expand the customer name. Expand the customer name. When I expand the customer name, it says basic filter. Instead of basic filter, let us select top N. Even you can customize it. I don't want top N. I want the bottom N, lowest, rejected. Rejection, defects, absenteeisms. In that case, you can make it as bottom also. But let us go for top. Top, make it as top. And top, how many top? I want top 10. So let us make it as 10. So top N, top 10, still it's not over. Top 10 based on what? Whether you want to make the top 10 based on the revenue or who has given more invoices. They are my top 10 customers, not the revenues. They would have given more invoices, maybe revenue may be lesser. So I want to bring top 10 based on the invoice, number of invoices or revenue. You decide. First let us start with revenue. So I will go to the total revenue. I drag that revenue and drop it to the by value area. Drag the total revenue and drop it to the by value area. Apply. Apply filter. Yes. So these are all my top 10 customers. Overall top 10 customers. Overall, this is my top 10. Suppose I don't want the top 10 based on the revenue. Maybe one material may be very costly, another material may be very lesser. I want to bring the top 10 based on number of invoices. Who has given more invoices, they are my top 10 customers. So let us bring the invoice number. From the invoice table or invoice trans table, let us drag the invoice number and bring it to the field area. Count of invoice numbers. You can change the formula also. Count sum or average. Let us make it as count and apply. So who has given more invoices, they are my top 10 customers. Anyway, the top 4 or 5 are written same. So either you can bring, that's your wish, number of invoices or count of invoices or who has given more revenue. So you can drag and drop. So I have made top 10 customer based on number of invoices. Who has given more invoices, they are my top 10 customers. Now, let us collapse this. When I select the south region, north region, my chart map is getting filtered and it's showing only the north region data. When I select south, it's showing the south region data. That is fine. But in this bar chart, I'm not getting it. When I select the north, I should get the top 10 for north. When I select south, I should get the top 10 for south. This I think we discussed in the basics of Excel also, basics of Power BI. Select this pie chart, donut chart, format, go to format, edit interaction, switch on the filter, maybe version, I think latest version, this filter icon would have changed somewhere, some system you can see the filter icon may be different, like a line. In the latest, some versions, latest version, maybe in November or some version, you may not get this filter icon. Icon is changed, but the options are similar. Functionality is similar. Icon would have changed in some other versions, some system. So switch on the filter now. Switch on. Just click on the filter. Just click on the filter. Now switch off that edit interaction. Switch off the edit interaction. Let us try now. I select the north region. So north region top 10, south region top 10. So based on your region wise, it's showing the top 10. Region wise, it's showing the top 10. Select the pie chart, donut, go to format, edit interaction, and switch on that filter. After switching on, switch off that edit interaction. Most probably in some of the session we would have completed until this. Some session we would have not covered this. But next visual, we have seen more visuals. Even table and matrix is also a visual. We have to create how to create a table, how to create a matrix, how to fix the target, how to forecast it. These are all some of the new chapter. Almost this until this, I think we almost important. Maybe the new slicer, new map, new card we would have not seen. Maybe the gauge, some session we would have not seen. So later after this, we are going to see some new features. Okay. Save your files. So we'll go for a lunch break. After the lunch break, we'll start with the next part. Before the lunch break, I am stopping that video. The recording of the video, I am stopping it.